Hey there, you super creative person, you. I'm coming to you from the corner of my fabulous bedroom where I make a lot of money every month. Yep, the stuff behind me, all photo props. The light beside me, the fabulous lighting that I use to light up my food and my crafts and make money. My name is Tabitha Philen. I blog over at meatpunny.com and I make $4,000 a month selling pictures of foods and crafts. Yep, that's it. Did you know that was a business? Because it totally is. So if you're interested in this particular type of ghost writing, that's what I call it, makes it more understandable. Let's chat, shall we? Grab a notebook and make notes. Okay, let's get started. So absolutely everything you create, you little creative genius you, can be sold online as a tutorial. That's right. Every recipe, every crocheted scarf, every claymation, whatever. I don't even know what hobbies are out there. Whether you're into planes, trades, or automobiles, you can take pictures of it and sell those tutorials. I even sold a tutorial last week on how to make a car out of a water bottle. One of those little preschool crafts where you wrap the construction paper around a water bottle and you cut a hole in it and you've got the little wheels and bingo, it was a police car. I made 4 samples of it, sold them for $25 a piece. Cha-ching, that's $100 from a water bottle. So what creative ideas have you been setting on that you could turn into a profit? Let's talk about how you can make that happen, okay? Every hobby has a market. That's why there's Hobby Lobby and Michael's and Hobbytown and I don't know, Joann's and all these different hobby stores. Even the giant craft section in Walmart and in Target. Wait, does Target have a craft section? I think they do. If they don't, they're missing out because you are creative and people are looking for creative ideas because they're not as creative. I mean, hello, that's what Pinterest is all about, right? Taking other people's creative ideas so you can look like the mom that's got everything pulled together. I'm serious. I'm totally serious. You can take whatever that craft is that you're making right now, look over on your shelf, look at it, wherever you are, stop what you're doing, look at that certain thing that you've been making, that project that's unfinished. That right there is your ticket to more money in your bank account. It totally is. I stumbled into this business accidentally. I mentioned I'm a blogger. I've been blogging online for 10 years. Yep, over a decade. I've been online jotting down. And sometimes I just got really, really tired of writing and I wanted somebody else to do it for me. So I hired a ghostwriter to come in to mimic my voice and to write on my website. I looked for more people who were doing that because I didn't quite like the lady I had hired, and I discovered there's a bunch of Facebook groups where people are selling content to bloggers. Wow, mind blown, right? I went in and I was a very eager buyer. I mean, they're selling all kinds of crafts, tutorials, even just articles, 450 words, for $18, and I'm buying like crazy. And then we hit hard times and money was very tight. And I thought, you know what? I could do this. I could become this type of specialized ghost writer. So I was thinking, what do I have a lot of? 4 kids. Can't sell them, but they do eat. I've got a camera in my phone. So that's when I started researching how to take food pictures. Not only did I successfully start selling recipes with pictures, I made our food a tax deduction. Boom. Because when you have supplies in your business, that becomes a tax deduction. I'm not an accountant. Please don't take my advice as accounting advice. Let's break it down and let me tell you exactly how I do what I do. This is how this works. First, you locate the Facebook groups where people are selling. You could go right now to Facebook and search blog content for sale and then narrow the search to groups, and immediately you'll come up with some groups. Now, some groups like my particular group, blog content and printables by, what is it? I don't even know what the name of my website is, but it's got my name in it, Tabitha. Yeah, that one. You don't necessarily want to join because I only allow myself to sell. There are some groups like that, and that's totally okay. That's not the group you want. You want a group like VA for hire, where there's 4,000 people waiting to buy your tutorials. Go in, request to join. When they add you, start doing your research. Look to see how people are listing items, what they're listing, what's selling, what's not selling, and get an idea for how you can create your own strategic business based on what you're seeing. When I first entered that group, there was like a lot of stuff going on for Valentine's Day because it was at the beginning of the year, and I noticed no one was selling anything for Groundhog Day. So I created a groundhog cupcake. Yep, groundhog cupcake. You take the cupcake, decorate the Nutter Butter, stick it in there, boom. They sold like crazy. They sold out in minutes. I made $125 in like 5 minutes. Do your research. Get into one of those groups and start watching. Some groups are better than others. Make sure you abide by their rules and that you're the great member so that you don't get bounced out. But watch and learn. Next, you need to refine your products. Now, the tutorials that sell the best are the ones where you are taking pictures. You can have a fancy DSLR camera. It doesn't matter. I started with my iPhone. Time out. Let me just say that some buyers do specifically ask, okay, was this taken with a camera on your phone or is this a DSLR? They're a little picky, but not everybody's like that. I took pictures with my iPhone for a long time before I ever broke out the DSLR and started taking pictures with it. So there's no need to go out and feel like you have to buy a bunch of equipment. Start with what you have. Okay, so anyway. Start thinking in terms of what you would want if you were wanting to learn how to make what you just made, all right? You're going to need process photos. A process photo is a picture of how to, you know? Maybe you take one picture of your supplies, everything that you're going to need, okay? That's one. Then step 1, snap. Step 2, snap. Those are your process photos. Then you want to take final photos, okay? That's what it looks like when it's all done and it's beautiful and it's plated, or your police cars, just so, whatever. And here is the really snazzy part. Snazzy. You can sell that idea to more than one person. There's 2 different types of products available whenever you're selling as a ghost writer-ish person. Semi-exclusive and exclusive. Now, exclusive is easy. It means one person. You're selling that idea to one person, no one else. That's theirs. They're going to put it on their blog, and they're not going to have to worry about seeing anybody else with it ever. Okay? That's an exclusive. Created by you, sold to them for publication. Done. A semi-exclusive means there are multiple copies. Typically, they are all different looking, and you're selling to multiple people. Okay, this is where it gets a little confusing, so let me help you out. Let's say I cooked one recipe, but when I took pictures, I had 4 different settings. You know, the placemat was different, the plate was different, the forks and knives were different, the things in the background were different. So 4 settings. I could sell each of those settings to a different blogger. That's semi-exclusive. So everyone gets something that looks original to them, but it's the same recipe. It's just photographed to look different. And the more different they look, the better. Everyone typically gets the same process photos. You know, like whenever I'm creating that tutorial of the water bottle police car, everybody got the same pictures of that, the same water bottle, the same construction paper. But when I actually took pictures of it, I had different backgrounds, different colors, different angles with my camera, so it looked different. That way you can create multiple samples, offer them as semi-exclusive, and you make more money. So that one little water bottle made me $150. That's right, $150 for a water bottle and some construction paper and a little bit of glue. The ideas you could come up with are simply endless. People often say, well, Tabitha, how do you come up with your ideas? I mean, how do you know your idea is truly unique? You really don't need to be unique. All right, let's talk for just a second about copyright. You can't steal anybody's pictures, okay? You can't take the directions from a tutorial or a recipe and copy paste that. However, you can put it in your own words. So if your grandmother's recipe is the same as the recipe you found on Pinterest, that's completely okay. It happens. There will be people out there who say, oh, you copied me, you copied me. There's nothing new under the sun. There's not. There's not. So you have to shake off that fear and be brave. I do, however, like to think of unique ideas. Are they 100% unique? No. I tend to go to Pinterest and maybe I'm looking at cupcakes. Well, I look at a design of a cupcake and think, how would that look on a cookie? Or vice versa. Maybe I'm looking at a decorated Oreo and thinking, how would that look on a cupcake? You know, I try to put my own twist, my own spin on it, because it not only protects me, but it protects the people who are buying from me. They can't ever have someone say, oh, you copied me, because who wants that kind of drama in their life? So try to spin things, even if you know that that was your grandmother's recipe. Maybe you just put a little spin on it, change the flavoring, change something about it, and there you go. It's uniquely yours and available as a product to sell to other bloggers. So when I'm packaging up one of my tutorials, I have my process photos, my final photos, and then I also include a list of ingredients or supplies and the instructions. That is my product right there. Now, sometimes I sell printables, so they would get, if you're familiar with how you make printables, I seal it as a PDF, and that's what they get. Sometimes I put their blog, domain on it. It's called a URL. Sometimes I put that on them. Sometimes I don't. You could even charge extra if they want it personalized like that. I also, when I'm doing printables, I tend to create something, an image that would be great for Pinterest, because all of these people you're selling to have a Pinterest account. And that's where the majority of their traffic is coming from. So you really want to do your research on Pinterest and be looking to see what's showing up at the top. If you are doing a recipe, I'm just going to pull something out of my hat and say barbecue beef. Maybe you're doing a slow cooker barbecue beef, and that's going to be your product. And you're wondering, well, how do I create that so that Pinterest loves it, so that my buyers get lots of traffic from it, so they come back and buy more from me because my stuff is just that good? Well, you go into Pinterest and you search slow cooker barbecue beef, and you start brainstorming ideas. What I have discovered more than anything is that fresh ingredients in the background, using what actually goes into the recipe in your pictures, that's what Pinterest wants. How do you deliver that? Good question. I personally create a folder and I upload it into Google Drive. Then I send an invoice out through PayPal. When they pay it, they get the link. We send the link to that Google Drive folder, which is then shared with them. That's it. Seriously. That's it. I mean, there's a lot of small, minute details that I could add in. I actually teach a class that teaches you all those small details, but essentially all you really need to do is start hanging out in one of those groups. Start hanging out in the VA for Hire group or blog content for sale group and watch what other people do. And when people complain, watch that too, because you can learn how to use those complaints to improve your business, to improve your terms, to improve however you're doing what you're doing. Learn from the mistakes of others. When people come in and they start praising someone, oh my gosh, I did business with Tabitha and she's just so awesome. Whenever they say what's awesome about me, make notes. Make notes. Now, once you're starting to get people buying from you, I recommend that you create your own group. Remember how I said I have my own group that you can't sell inside my group? Well, once your group grows to a certain size, you won't even need those other groups because you'll have so many people clamoring for your amazing skills that they won't even buy from anyone else. It's true. I mean, I've gotten to where I post at the same time every week. My buyers anticipate that that's the time every week when I will be uploading new products, and they sell out in minutes. Some things do, some things don't, but you learn. And the more you push out, the more you learn what people are looking for, the more you find your style, the more money you make. If, however, you are anxious about food photography or craft photography, go to a place like lynda.com. Is it lynda.com? I think it's lynda.com. createlive.com. They have free courses, they have paid courses, and start honing your craft. I actually learned a lot from YouTube. Go to YouTube and search how to take better food pictures, how to take better craft tutorial pictures, or whatever it is you're trying to learn, and become a student of that. And whenever you become the person that people are waiting for.
Oh, I can't wait for Tabitha to launch, to post new recipes because I need new recipes.
You get to ask for more money. Typically, everybody prices about the same, okay? Crafts, like kids' crafts, can go anywhere from like $15 to $25. Oh, semi-exclusive recipes, they can go from approximately $35 to $50, but typically $35 is where they stick. You've also got your exclusives, and I mean, I've seen them range everywhere from $20 to $500, depending on what you put in there. And are we talking about just pictures? Because if you want to add video, then you can ask for more money. You can also have add-ons to your product. Your typical product, remember I said, is the process, the finals, and the how-to, your list of ingredients or supplies, and then the instructions. If you want to add on to that, maybe you have a printable recipe card, or maybe, you have the video that you can add on, then you can ask more money. I know I just went through a whole lot of information really fast. I'm sorry, but I'm going to make it easier for you. If you go to meetpenny.com/ghost, yep, GHOST, I will send you everything you need to know to learn and master this special type of ghost writing. Yep, ghost writing. That's the easiest way to explain it, right? Freelance tutorial creator, whatever you want to call yourself. Know that this is a totally legit way to make money from home. And if I can do it, you can too. Thanks so much for joining me. I'll see you soon. Bye.